Herodotus ends his movie, if you will, with a little story. And the story is about the guy, the legendary King Arthur type figure who founds the Persian Empire. And the story is about the Persians coming to him early on and basically saying, now that we've won this great empire, we should move from the poor country that we come from to one of these more luxurious areas with, good food and wine. And, in other words, we're moving up in the world. Let's trade up to a bigger, house and property. And then Cyrus gives him a moral lesson. And the way this is intended to be conveyed is that the story that Herodotus just told you shows you how they went from an empire who revered these kind of values to one that had forgotten them and paid the price he just related to you. He says in response to the proposal by his people that they trade up to some better property, Herodotus ends his movie with this paragraph, quote, "Cyrus did not think much of this suggestion. He replied that they might act upon it if they pleased, but added the warning that if they did so, they must prepare themselves to rule no longer, but to be ruled by others. Soft countries, he said, breed soft men. It is not the property of any one soil to produce fine fruits and good soldiers, too. The Persians had to admit, Herodotus writes, that this was true, and that Cyrus was wiser than they, so they left him, and chose rather to live in a rugged land and rule than to cultivate rich plains and be subject to others." End quote. Well, by the time Herodotus wrote that, the Persians lived and occupied some very rich plains indeed, and the theme of a growing Persian decadence starts with Xerxes and becomes one of the most dominant parts of the entire narrative. And not just decadence, but also decline.